YouTube copyright.
Let's go!
質量爆弾の威力は十分だが高度が高すぎた。半分は落下の衝撃で死んじまったが、対巨人野戦砲もまだ多く機能してる。28、29、1と数は把握した。しかしまた壁かよ。壁はもううんざりだ。
Yo, what's up guys? F-Mike here. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on those notifications if you haven't done so already. The 10,000 subscriber event will be happening soon. So if you want to get some free Robux, make sure you subscribe so that you can win. Have you ever wanted to know which characters are the best and have the most damage in All-Star Tower Defense? Keep watching the video. Don't know who I am or what kind of expertise I have to be making a tier list. Hopefully this jogs your memory. Getting straight into the rankings though, starting off in S tier, we have Suzaku 5-star from Code Geass at number 1. This guy honestly deserves to be in his own tier, but if I do that, we'll end up having like S+, S-, and a bunch of meaningless tiers that don't even make sense. So even though he's very expensive to upgrade and place down, he has the highest DPS in the game. You could combine every single unit in A tier, B tier, C tier, and Suzaku would still have more DPS than every single one of them combined. His ability spawns in his Lancelot Nightmare Frame, in which you can control and left click to kill enemy units with. Light Yagami 5-star from Death Note is like the Walmart version of Suzaku Kururugi. His Death Note ability allows him to pretty much kill every single enemy on the map, but he's just completely outclassed by Suzaku at this point. Blackbeard 6-star from One Piece is more of a support unit that can slow enemies down, allowing your units to get extra hits in and make it so that enemies take longer to reach your base. The longer it takes for enemies to reach your base, the higher wave you can get in infinite mode. Erwin 5-star from Attack on Titan is a support unit that can also buff your units' base damage by up to 3x of their normal base damage. This man is essential on any team that you use, so your troops can deal more damage to enemies. Gojo 5-star from Jujutsu Kaisen is the best time-stopping unit in the game. Time stopping will basically freeze enemies in their tracks so they can't move, and enemies that can't move will allow your units to get extra hits in. That means you'll end up with more damage at the end of the game and a higher wave in infinite mode. And Bulma from Dragon Ball. If you guys don't know who Bulma is, she is a farm type tower that generates money for you every single wave of the game. She allows you to place more expensive towers in the game like Suzaku and Light Yagami. And going on to A tier, if you guys don't see it already, because of Suzaku, mostly every single unit that was in S tier was downgraded to A tier. Roy Mustang 5-star from Full Metal Alchemist. His burn effect combined with his fast attack speed makes him one of the best units at killing ground and air enemies in any mode. Gilgamesh 5-star from the Fate series. This guy has the fastest attack speed in the game and can attack 10 times per second at max upgrade. He's stronger than every single unit below him as long as you're not skipping any waves, because he can only attack one unit at a time. Mihawk 5-star from One Piece with an incredible 120 range. He's the perfect man for taking down air units if you don't have Roy Mustang. Gogeta 5-star from Dragon Ball is an unobtainable unit that has a massive wide cone AoE with pretty decent damage. The only downside is he attacks pretty slow. Minato 6-star from Naruto really did used to be number 1 until Roy Mustang and Suzaku pulled up. He's still at the top of the line when it comes to damage and speed, but there are much better choices nowadays. Super Buu 5-star from Dragon Ball is special because he can attack ground and air units at the same time. He attacks pretty slow, but when compared to every other unit ranked below him, his utility is unmatched. Rukia 6-star from Bleach is a full range AoE unit that can freeze monsters for 2 seconds. She has a ton of base damage and is useful for stunning enemies if you don't have time stop, or Blackbeard 6-star. Ichigo Hollow 5-star from Bleach is a new unit that released in the latest update. He has one of the highest base damages for a DPS unit, but he has a 22 range. making his utility really questionable. He might attack once or twice before enemies get out of his small range. Nagato or Pain 6-star from Naruto can attack air and ground units just like Majin Buu. His utility is very good in the fact that he's a 2-for-1 combo. The only downside to him is that he can only attack in one direction, unlike Super Buu. Golden Frieza 6-star from Dragon Ball is a really good baseline unit. He has good range, good base damage, and cheap upgrades. One of the most balanced units in the game so far. Whitebeard 6-star from One Piece is a full range AoE unit just like Rukia, except he can't freeze enemies. He has an ability though that can spawn tsunamis to deal extra damage to enemies. Nezuko 4-star from Demon Slayer is still at the top. To date, her range and DPS are almost unmatched, except to everyone ranked above her. The fact that enemies have to be bleeding for her to attack places her a little lower than the rest. Natsu 5-star from Fairy Tail can burn ground enemies and deal massive amounts of damage just like Minato. He has a slightly less range and slower attack speed though. Fujitora 5-star from One Piece has one redeeming factor, and that's his Meteor ability. His Meteor ability allows him to damage air units, making his utility pretty good. Megaman 5-star from Konosuba. I see a bunch of people putting her pretty low on the tier list. If you use her correctly, by spamming her explosion skill, she becomes the dollar store version of Light Yagami and can kill every single monster on the map. Adult Gon 5-star from Hunter x Hunter will make you go for broke. He's a little stronger than Minato but costs more than Light Yagami to place down, so there's no reason to use Adult Gon unless you don't have any units that are ranked above him. Goku Rose 5-star from Dragon Ball is a pretty versatile unit just like Golden Frieza. He has more damage than Golden Frieza too, but he has a smaller range, meaning he does less damage overall. Dio 5-star and Jotaro 5-star from JoJo are both time stop units that can stun enemies for 5 seconds. Think of them as the discount version of Gojo. God Usopp 5-star from One Piece is a stronger version of Kaido 6-star. Yuno 5-star from Black Clover has really good damage, but his range is just too small. Just like Ichigo Hollow, you might get 1 or 2 hits in before enemies get out of range. Overhaul 5-star from My Hero Academia is a reward unit for beating Raid 3. Not only is he free to get, but he also packs a lot of punch in his damage as a full range AoE unit, meaning he can attack in every direction at once. Giorno 5-star from JoJo was probably one of the most disappointing units in the update. He has really good base damage, but his small range, his slow attack speed, and the fact that he can only attack in one direction makes his utility a little sketchy. Ichigo Mask 4-star from Bleach is like Ryoko, but on steroids. He has a small range, but he attacks extremely fast and he has more damage. Ace 5-star from One Piece still has a massive amount of utility. He can do almost 1k damage to every enemy at level 1 because of his burn effect, and he can attack air units. He's also extremely cheap to upgrade. Nami 5-star from One Piece is a good replacement for Bulma if you don't have her. She doesn't make as much money, but she can damage units, which could come in handy. Whis 5-star from Dragon Ball only receives his A tier because of PvP mode. Not gonna lie though, who still plays PvP mode? Man, that place is deserted. Moving on to B tier. If you guys haven't figured it out already, most of these units are also ranked by DPS. Stronger units are at the top, and the weaker ones are at the bottom. Byakuya 5-star from Bleach and Blackbeard 5-star from One Piece are the same exact thing. They are full range AoE units that can attack in every direction at once. The only difference is that Byakuya is stronger than Blackbeard 5-star. Sanemi 5-star from Demon Slayer and Sasuke Susanoo 5-star from Naruto are also the same thing. Sanemi is stronger though, but Sasuke also has his Black Flames ability that can damage air units. Kaido 6-star from One Piece is an exclusive unit that you get for being on the Infinite Mode leaderboard each month. For his stats, he's the weaker version of God Usopp 5-star. Aladdin 5-star from Magi and Darui 5-star from Naruto are just like Sanemi and Sasuke Susanoo. They can only attack in one direction, but they have much shorter ranges. They actually deal more damage than Sasuke Susanoo, but because of their small range, they might only attack once or twice before enemies get out of their range. Coyote Stark 5-star from Bleach is kind of like Sanemi and Sasuke Susanoo, but with a shorter range as well. Shorter range means less damage. Akaza 5-star from Demon Slayer, Mob 100% 5-star from Mob Psycho, and Obito 5-star from Naruto are wide cone AoE units that deal massive amounts of damage to enemies at the cost of range. Think of them as ticking time bombs that only cover a small area. They might deal a ton of damage to enemies, but they might also only get 1 or 2 hits in before enemies walk away. Rengoku 5-star from Demon Slayer is best used as a boss killer or clone killer because of his high single target damage to enemies. He also has a burn effect that pretty much multiplies his base damage by 5. Doflamingo 5-star from One Piece is a reward unit for beating Trial 3. Although he's single target, he attacks extremely fast and he can attack those air enemies. Think of him as a Toga, but for air units. Broly 5-star from Dragon Ball has a massive range and a high base damage that would make him a monster at killing enemies if it weren't for the fact that he can only attack 3 times per minute. Luffy 4th year 5-star from One Piece is like a weaker version of Sasuke Susanoo. The Warhammer Titan 5-star from Attack on Titan is a reward unit for beating Raid 2. The Warhammer Titan has a very high base damage, average attack speed, and slightly small range. As a free unit though, you can't beat it, especially if you don't own any units that are ranked above it. Fugo 4-star from JoJo is a new unit that came out with the latest update. He has an extremely impressive 16 range, meaning he might attack once or not even at all before enemies get out of his range. His only redeeming factor is that he has a really high base damage and a very fast attack speed. All Might 5-star from My Hero Academia and Majin Vegeta 5-star from Dragon Ball are just like Fugo. They can only attack in one direction and they have above average stats when compared to other units. All Might is stronger and Majin Vegeta is weaker. Soki King 4-star from One Piece, Final Form Frieza 5-star from Dragon Ball, and SSJ3 Goku 5-star from Dragon Ball are cliff units that can attack air enemies. Just like before, they're also ranked by DPS, with Soki King being the strongest of the 3. Grey Fullbuster 4-star from Fairy Tail is a special event unit that can freeze enemies for 2 seconds. Not only that, but he has pretty good damage to take down enemies. Kiriyoshi Kage 5-star from JoJo is a reward unit for beating Trial 2. When you use his detonate bomb skill correctly, he deals more damage than every single unit ranked below him. Toga 4-star from My Hero Academia, Maka 4-star from Soul Eater, and Edward 4-star from Full Metal Alchemist are units that can deal a bleeding effect to enemies. They deal more damage to enemies than every other unit ranked below them and can also help Nezuko attack if you're using her. Zenitsu, Melidus, Deku 100%, Tangerine, Kirito, Killua Godspeed, and Naruto Chakra Mode are all the same kind of unit. They can only attack in one direction and have pretty average stats when compared to all the other units in the game. Their attack speed is alright, their ranges are just average, and altogether they're pretty outdated as 5-star units, and even the 4-star one. All of them are ranked by DPS. Zetsu 5-star from Naruto and Eren 5-star from Attack on Titan are both special units that can spawn clones of themselves to attack enemies. Zetsu is slightly stronger than Eren when you factor in how fast they can spawn in clones of themselves. Zetsu is also a reward unit for beating Raid 1. Whitebeard 5-star from One Piece and Jinbei 5-star from One Piece are both full range AoE units with small ranges and average damages. Whitebeard has an ability, however, which can spawn tsunamis in the game and damage enemies on the field, something that Jinbei can't do. Gon 4-star from Hunter x Hunter is like a weaker version of all of those 5-star units that I mentioned earlier, like Zenitsu, Tangerine, and Kirito. Ichigo Blood War 5-star from Bleach is a retired unit from the game that has a really high base damage, small range, and a slow attack speed. The only thing that was good about him was that he could attack air units for Trial 3 back in the day. Rukia 5-star from Bleach should be used to upgrade to her 6-star form. Her 5-star version can freeze multiple enemies though for 2 seconds. The bad thing about her is that she has a really small range and low damage. And moving on to C tier, still keep in mind that almost every unit is ranked by DPS. I'm not going to name every single unit on this list because the video would be too long, but as you can see, almost every single unit in C tier is AoE or area of effect, meaning they can attack multiple enemies at once. Being able to attack multiple enemies at once means those units will do more damage, placing them higher on the tier list. The only exceptions to this are units who have high single target damages like Goku Drip, Levi from Attack on Titan, and King from 7 Deadly Sins. Definitely get any of these units if you're strapped and you can't get any of the units in S tier, A tier, or B tier, because most of them are only 3 and 4-star units, which are very easy to get in the banner and won't break your bank. All of these units are still ranked by DPS, with the stronger ones being on top. Last but not least, we have the starter units. These are units that couldn't quite make the tier list for C rank but are still useful if you're starting the game or are under level 20. They don't deal as much damage and can only attack one enemy at a time, but are good for starting out when you have nothing else in your inventory. Just like the entire tier list, units in this tier are also ranked by DPS. The stronger ones are at the top and the weaker ones are at the bottom. And here's the full tier list once again on the screen. If you guys want to move some characters around in different spots, feel free to do that, but your boy F-Mike has 2 Kaidos, so he might just know what he's talking about. Jokes aside though, hopefully this helps you guys out in deciding which units to get from the banner so you know exactly what to spend your gems on. If this video has helped you out or you enjoyed it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications. Congratulations though to Ray for winning that free VIP Game Pass last video. Make sure to DM me if you end up winning. I always announce the winner at the end of a video. Make sure you like the video and comment down below with your Discord tag if you also want a free VIP Game Pass. Big shout out to all of my channel members there on the screen. Thanks for your guys' support. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video.